Hi guys, and welcome back to Theory Lab. Now, today we're talking about the major scale and just how important it is to everything that we do in Western music, okay? So the major scale is the absolute foundation of everything. Every chord that you construct, every scale that you construct, and pretty much every song that you make, there's this thing called the major scale at the root of all of it. And anything beyond the major scale is just an edited major scale, okay? So this will all start becoming clear, especially when we start looking at chord construction and the minor scale. But now, today, we're going to talk about how to create a major scale, okay? And it's very fitting that we call this Theory Lab because there are some formulas that we need to learn here, okay? So let me get my pen out and let's go through this, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is come back to our 12 notes in Western music, okay? And what I'm going to do, and you'll see why soon, is I'm actually going to start them from C this time, okay? We quite often hear do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and it's generally in C, okay? And all I mean by that is a very, very common major scale. So we're going to start there. So I'm going to do the 12 notes in Western music with C to start, okay? So here's the C, okay? After that, remember, we then go up to C sharp, D, hopefully you remember all of this, D sharp, then E. Remember there's no E sharp, so we go straight to F, okay? Then F sharp, then G sharp, then A sharp, then B, and then back to C, okay? So, there we have it. There's our 12 notes again from C to C. As we learned when we put it on the guitar neck, it can go from E to E, from D sharp to D sharp, from F to F. It doesn't matter. 12 notes, all there, okay? Now, here's where we start learning a formula, okay? So the formula to construct a major scale sounds like this. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? And it's something that I have my students repeating back to me. And it's one of those things, if you try and say it fast, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, it's a bit of a tongue twister actually, I quite enjoy it. Now, when we talk about tones and semitones, a semitone is each movement, okay? So a semitone is basically, let's call it one fret, okay? So C to C sharp to D to D sharp, that's all semitones. When we look at a tone, that's 2 in 1, okay? So that's jumping from C to D. So we miss the middle one because that's a semitone and that's a tone, okay? So our formula is going to pick out 7 of these notes, okay, and end on the C again. And that will give us our major scale. So here we go. We're going to start with, so it's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So we're going to start with tone. So from C to D is a tone. So I'm just going to put T for tone, okay? Then tone, tone. So D to E is a tone, okay? So far we've got our first note is a C, our second note is a D, and our third note of the major scale is an E, okay? So then it's tone, tone, semitone. So from the E, we just go up a semitone to the F. So our next note, our fourth one along, is F. Then we have 3 tones in a row. So F to G, G to A, and A to B. Okay, so that's our 5th is the G, the 6th is the A, and the 7 is the B. Now, we got 7 notes now, but remember we haven't finished our formula yet. It's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, S, to get to the 8th note, or, I'll put up in brackets here, the first note again. So we've gone from C to C, okay? So our C major scale, our major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, okay? Now that is crucial that we understand that, okay? So we've got a really cool, easy way to work out any major scale, okay? Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? So what I'm gonna do underneath this, just keep that there, okay? I'll just draw a line underneath that, across, okay? Here we're going to just do a different one, okay? So we're going to do a D major scale, okay? And the idea here is that we do the same 12 notes, okay? We apply our tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, but we start from D, okay? So I'm going to push it one further forward here, get it slightly harder, and not write out the entire 12 notes this time. We're just going to write out the 7 notes. Okay, I'm just going to do it mentally. Okay, so I'm going to start with D. So here we are, there's a D. Okay, so tone up from D. So I'm going to put a T in here. So let's think about this. We can use this as reference if we want. We're on a D, we missed the D sharp, and E is a tone up from D. Okay? So there we go. Then tone, tone, semitone. So I'll tell you what a good idea and a good practice is just write out the formula first. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Okay? And we should, if we've got it all right, end up on a D again at the end there. Okay? So we're on an E, and we're going to go a tone up from E. Okay? So let's just have a little look at our full thing here. We're on E. Now, a semitone up would be F, a tone up would be F sharp. Okay? So this is going to go to F sharp. Okay. Semitone up from F sharp, anyone? It goes to G. They're one apart, aren't they? So that's a semitone, so that's G. Tone up from G, G, G sharp, A. Okay? Tone up from A sharp, B. Tone up from B, anyone? So if we look at the B over here, we can see a semitone is C, because remember there's no sharp when it comes to the B either. So a tone up from B is actually going to be C sharp, isn't it? Because we've got a B to the C as a semitone, so imagine the C, and then another semitone, making a whole tone to C sharp. And from C sharp, a semitone is correct, it is D. So we've got a D major scale. Okay, so how cool is that, right? That's really, really important information, and it's as easy as that to put together. Okay, so I would highly recommend at this point getting a piece of paper out, getting some jotting paper out, however you want to do it, and try to work out for yourself the D major scale. Okay, then try and do an E major scale and an F major scale, and in theory you should be able to put all of them together. For now, we'll just do them all with sharps. Okay, later on down the line you're going to find that some won't quite work with sharps, but we'll get to that. Okay, that's something we're going to deal with later on. So for now, this is all we need to know. So just try and recap. Can you do a C major scale, a D major scale, and then go one further and do an E major scale? Okay, so good luck with that. In the next video, we're going to apply this theory onto the guitar.